Welcome to the Childish Grown-Up Show, where we treat each episode like your movie theater experience. We catch up with one another, play some games, talk previews, and before you know it, it's time for the feature presentation. So sit tight and enjoy this ride of nostalgia on the Childish Grown-Up Show.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast, your favorite day of the week. To be a childish grown-up, this is the Childish Grown-Up Show. I am one of the hosts, Maurice Hunt III. Along with me is the other two Jive Turkeys, Ash Bash and Mia B. Ladies, how y'all feeling today?
I'm doing all right. Happy to be here as usual.
Same, doing pretty good. Just, didn't have to make myself a cup of coffee this time, so wow. Doing better than last week.
Sheesh, the night coffee is serious. Sheesh. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we're back. Of course, like we told y'all on our last episode, this is our season 2. So we're getting not only in our season 2, we're getting in the season, the holiday spirit, and we are in our Thanksgiving month and our rotation of films being films that are important to your family, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of enlightenment through this series. We like to put our own personal touch to our film review, so I'm excited about this one. I'm excited about Mia's perspective and her family's insight with this movie that we're going to do today. But before we do that, like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. Shout out to School. He's saying that it goes without being said, but maybe he should say it. So I took a page out of his book as well. Maybe I should say it as well. But like, subscribe, share this, all that good stuff. We got a few, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. We do have a few comments from the Stoop Kids. Actually, it's from one of them, and we may have something more, but I'll check that in the meantime. So our last episode movie review that we did was, of course, Tales from the Hood, and it came from our faithful Stoop Kid that kicks it with us all the time, Public Enemy B. He says, "It's wild to think that y'all have been at this for almost a full year. I absolutely love this podcast." Love that. "The way y'all break down the films, even if it's a movie I haven't seen or liked, the conversation y'all have around them makes for great entertainment. Y'all have great insight and perspective. Here's to more success going forward. Can't wait to see what y'all have in store. My favorite episode is 13. Shout out to Mia B. Even though y'all seem to hate the movie, LOL, the combos around it were very interesting. The Matrix, shout out to Mo again for showing up in costume." Yeah, that was a good moment. Love the combos on this one. And Toy Story, although it's an early one. Shout out to Ash. You picked that one, did you, Ash? No, you picked Lion King, right?
Yeah, I picked Lion King.
Lion King. Okay, Mia picked that one too. Although it's an early one, it's one that definitely helped me understand what y'all were doing with this show. What y'all want to say to our man? Before I read the other comment.
Hey, shout out to Public Enemy B, man. For him to go back in the collection and name some movies, like, he's really tapped in, and we always appreciate it.
Absolutely. Very much appreciate you, Public Enemy B, and thank you for your support. Can't wait to hear more of your comments and insight moving forward.
Yeah, he's definitely been one of the forerunners of participation when it comes to what we do, and really, really enjoy that he's gotten into it. And we do have a few more comments now that I've looked. So, and then another comment that was left from Public Enemy B, along with some other Stoop Kids, was from our anniversary episode that we did on the last one. He says, "Excited for year 2 of the show. How is the mystery movie going to work? Just comments and a randomizer, or will there be a Discord/Patreon/YouTube community poll?" That is a great question. Well, go ahead.
We don't have any out like Patreon or anything, a YouTube community poll could be a great idea.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea how to do those things. As much as people think, I like Mo always know. I have no idea how to do that. I am a childish grown up, so I don't know exactly how to do polls in regards to YouTube or even Instagram. As like as far as voting goes, I don't know how to do that, but
maybe we can figure it out together.
Yeah. Hopefully we can figure it out. But in the meantime, while we're trying to figure it out, the best approach would be, I would say DM us on Instagram, the Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces, or email us, childishgrownups3@gmail.com. Pick a movie and explain to us why that's the movie that you would like us to do. And hopefully, when y'all pick the movie, let it fit the category of the theme that we're doing. Like, we will still do movies even if it don't fit, just because we're just more excited about having group participation. But yeah, that's the goal, is make sure when you put in a movie, somebody already has sent us a request, a close friend of ours. So, I'll bring that y'all way once we get through all of the movies. So we already got one of our listeners that sent in something. They may want to be on the show as well. So who knows? And so, so we do got a few more comments from obviously one of the OG Stoop kids from day one to this day, Mama C. She just hit us with the happy anniversary. And then also we have a comment from Candace 409. Is that your family?
My sister.
Your sister. Okay. Sister. She says, happy anniversary, everyone. I'm fairly new to the podcast and really enjoy everyone's take and different perspectives. Crooklyn was my first Crooklyn was my first show, and I almost hold on. I got it. It's more to the comments, so let me get it off. She said, Crooklyn was my first show, and I almost threw in the towel on y'all. Cried emoji. I look forward to becoming a Stoop baby and can't wait. Let's see if she said anything else. Can't wait to hear the Sparkle episode. Another family classic. That is hilarious.
Go crazy on Crooklyn. That's the funniest part about it.
I love that, bro. I love it though. Like,
that's the funniest part. Like, we can even go crazy.
Yes. Do you know how hard it is to have like episodes that constantly trend in conversation with your listeners? Like, that is a hard thing to do. Like, I know at Good Earners, famous episode of me quitting mid-email, that's like a thing that now it's a forever running thing. So it's like, this is now our thing. It's like the Crooklyn review. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up doing more numbers than anything because of the discourse around people's thoughts on it. So,
well, for me, that's that Marco Polo for Good Earners. That episode.
That's the one, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the one for me, where Rich is just cracking up at you. Yeah.
Anything you want to say about that, Mia, from Sis?
I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, that's why I told y'all we gotta she would have reported our page.
We both said we like Crooklyn, though. That's the thing.
She was not having it.
Yeah. People wanted us to love it, and it was like, it's probably just hard to imagine somebody never seeing the movie, so the significance and connection wasn't there because of how far out we are from when it was released, But like I said, I love it. We can keep on having that, conversation. We may have people on, like, whenever we have more guests on, I'm sure, she'd probably be a guest at some point, and, she probably going to definitely have a bone to pick, so that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is all of our comments and, mail from our Stoop kids. Again, the handle is childishgrownups3@gmail.com, or y'all can reach out on YouTube like they have on each video, with the exception of the good son. So that is all of the things that we have. Ash.
All right. So it's time for the Flash with Ash. Wait. Our childish grown up moment?
Oh, you're right. My bad.
I
I
don't know what
did.
it is.
My notes was squirreled down to that as next. Not it. Yeah. Sorry.
I was like,
Childish.
dang, am I tripping?
Yeah. No, you're right. Childish grown up moment. I don't remember if y'all had one last time. I'm hoping y'all did this time. So, Ash, since I already threw the ball in your court already, how about you go ahead and hit us with something?
Just two small moments. We've been watching Kenan and Kel episodes, and it just makes me so happy. It just puts
Yes.
you in that nostalgic bag. And one of the episodes was where Kenan and Kel was trying to win that house, and they had to like marry each other or whatever.
Oh my gosh,
And
that
so
is
Kel had to be
90s.
the woman. And then so the final question for all the marbles was, what is her favorite drink? And then so Kenan said orange soda, and he had put root beer because he told her you need to have like a girly response or something like that. So like he was like running around. He was like, that was so funny. Um, and then another old watch. We watched Man versus Food, an episode of that on YouTube. Y'all remember that? Like
Yeah.
this is the true OG of the food content, man. And that just took us back to just how it looked. It was so like classic, and he just really was. He was the star of this food content for real, as far as what I remember. So shout out to Man versus Food. I don't know where he at nowadays,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Hey, listen. Me and my wife, we had watched. It's probably the most popular King of Kill episode, the Tainted Screw.
of course.
Obviously, everybody knows the Tainted Screw. I put the screw in the tuna. Like, I mean, but it's like when you're saying that, bro. Like, I can't tell you how many times I so want them to get away. Like I'm like, y'all are so close. Like y'all had it. I'm like, y'all right. Like, so I don't know what that says about me, but maybe it's the teenage in me, But it makes me be like, dang, I wish they would have got away. So yeah, that was that. But what about you, Mia B?
Oh, I do have something actually, which completely slipped my mind until I looked over and saw something on my dresser that reminded me of it. So, I'm like a huge skincare, body care girly, and like this brand of lotion that I use, they had like a seasonal collection. Me and my daughter were at the store, and we have like this thing where every time we go to a store, she wants to look at skincare for herself, and I was like, "You don't need that. You don't need it." And so when I want something, she's like, "You don't need it." And so I grabbed something, and she's like, "Mommy, you don't need that." And so I just started running. I grabbed it and just started running away from her. And she was chasing me around the store, and we were playing a little game of tag in the aisles of the store.
What store was this?
Huh?
What store was this?
Target.
Oh, y'all wilding. But that is the right one to do it in, though. That's the right one. Target
It,
big enough that you can do that. I thought you were talking about like a Bath and Body Work type of situation.
oh no,
That is,
they would have put us out.
yeah.
But it was fairly empty that day because it was like right after I had picked her up from school, and we just stopped in there to like pass a little time by until I had to go pick up my son.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Ooh, like look, it's seasonal," and she's like, "You don't need that."
Yeah, I was up in Target wilding, huh?
Listen, you gotta have fun.
Yeah.
You gotta make fun wherever you go.
That is hilarious, yeah. And the kids always appreciate that, like spontaneity, like in moments like that, like what? Oh, mama's running, like
Do that with Anthony all the time.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Well, Childish Grown Up for me actually was like it was a conversation that me and my wife was having last night, and it took me back. Like we were talking about just old nostalgia. We were talking about how time flies. I don't know if y'all have seen the post recently where it's like you blinked. These posts are talking about you blinked, like it was one thing one moment and you blinked and here we are type of thing, then and now. So we were just kind of flashing back. I was like, sometimes I feel like this was like 5 years ago, and then you realize, bro, this was like 20 years ago, and this and that. We was in a nostalgia bag, and then we talked about like back in the day being like a sore loser. And when she brought that up, bro, that took me to a flurry of like things. Like Ash, I don't know if you remember, but I think it was around the time when dad bought us the PS2. And so we didn't, I was still holding on to the 64, playing, WWF No Mercy, our favorite. And I think we let them borrow like the whole thing. Like, yeah, can we borrow? Like, oh yeah, go ahead. So, we already had the belts on there. Like all our characters had belts, tag team, intercontinental, But when we came over there, they took all the belts. It's like, man, hey, man, bro, like we kind of like respected, like, it's like, oh man. And so what happened was we ended up having to face them for the belts. And so me and Bubba played them tag team. Bubba was doing too much. And I was like, Bubba, come on, man, bro. And so they got us out of there because of Bubba, of course. And so I remember, like, I think me and Josh had faced off for one of the belts, and I kept it. I was like, yeah. But then I think me and Daryl faced off, and that's where I was talking mad cash as a teenager. I was like, man, don't challenge me if you ain't gonna beat me. Like, I was talking serious big boy talk. So I remember we were going back and forth. All you're hearing is button tapping, like trying to keep your dude from being like groggy and all that, snapping out of it. Man, I was so mad. Daryl ended up beating me. Shout out our cousin Junior. He ended up beating me. He's like, yeah, let's freaking go. Like, and I was so mad. I was sitting there stewing. I was like, give me that joystick. I unplugged it out the controller, bro. I was ready to take my ball home, bro. I was so freaking mad, bro. I remember being like such a sore loser. I was like, bro, that was the era. Like, cause we were so competitive, all of us as kids. Like, it's so different with kids now, but like we took it personal. Like that's why when we talked about, y'all go back and listen to our Love and Basketball review. But when Monica sat down when she missed that shot, and like they was like, it's okay, Monica, it's okay. And she was like trying to hold it together, and then she cried, put her face in the jersey. Bro, that's a real emotion. Like, you are hurt. Like, you taking it so personal when you lose as a kid. So that whole conversation we had, it was such I said, bro, there's so many. I got more than just that story, but that whole being a sore loser, that was just a thing as a kid. So y'all right here, y'all sore loser moments that y'all remember being a kid, just ready to pack it up and get mad and cry about. Like, hey, y'all hit us up for real.
That was golden.
Yes. I couldn't stop cheesing talking about it. I said, man, took it so serious. I remember my guy Soldier, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had with the Jason hockey mask. I remember all that. Bubba with Speedy Ring, and I don't remember what your dude name was.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
I mean, he was obviously cute.
Yeah. I don't remember who face you gave, but I remember one of my guys, he had like Kurt Angle face. He was black Kurt Angle. But anyway, y'all go back and look at No Mercy online if y'all don't know what we're talking about. That's one of the greatest wrestling games ever. All right. I think that's it. Yes, go ahead.
Before we move on, I wanted to ask you guys, did you guys watch the teaser trailer for the Michael Jackson movie?
Of course.
Okay. So, because I have on my MJ shirt.
Hey, shout out to school.
Honor of the Virgo King himself, Michael Jackson, because I watched that trailer in the car and literally was sitting there crying, and I was like, "Oh, there's no way! It ain't no way I'm about to make it through this movie," because I was like, legitimately in tears just watching the teaser.
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
You have to carry me out on a stretcher.
Wow! Dang, it's deep.
It's deep, Jake.
Dang, the tears is real. Okay. Nah, I was satisfied. I was like, I'm good with it. Only thing that I hope with the Michael Jackson movie is they don't do like they did with the Tupac movie.
Oh no.
And I don't mean in the sense of quality, but I mean in the sense that y'all relive the moments we already seen.
Well, there'll definitely be moments, of course, like his big moments.
Yeah,
they're gonna do that.
But give us those, like the in between build-ups to those. It's like, oh, I didn't know that, this happened before the Pepsi situation in his hair. Like, I didn't know. Like, give us more of the, like, like, it's so much information, and so many people have spoke about inner personal relations with Michael Jackson. And so I just want to be able to get those, like, those things, man.
I think it's gonna be a masterpiece. I think it's gonna be very well done. They spent a lot of time on this film. So, Yeah,
I'm stoked for it. I hope they do. I'm not gonna be mad at it no matter what happens. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at it because it's Michael. It's gonna be a challenge regardless, because it's like Tupac. It's like you want them to be Tupac, but you can't. No actor can be Tupac. You know what I'm
They
saying?
ruined that Tupac movie. It was terrible. But
at least they didn't do like a Leah movie.
that we don't even speak of that. That doesn't exist.
It don't. But I mean, like,
I never even seen it.
Real quick, while we on it, and we ain't gonna be long on it, I promise. But is there a biopic that you would like to happen? Because shout out to the TLC biopic. People don't talk about it enough, but that was excellent. Mm-hmm. Shout out to the New Edition, of course, and Bobby Brown. Shout out to the NWA. We got some really good biopics here recently. I mean, there's the Lisa that recently was on Netflix. I don't know much about it, but it looked aesthetically good. You know what I mean? So
the Whitney, the latest Whitney, I think she did really good. I don't know if y'all saw that one.
You're talking about yeah, I know what you're talking about. I hadn't seen it.
She did really good. That was a good one.
Okay.
I think I would want to see Prince.
Ooh.
Have a biopic.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's one in the works already that I'm looking forward to for the Beatles.
Okay. They haven't had one? Wow, you would have thought they been had one. Like, sheesh. For me, it's a layup and it's right there. It's just one of the artists have to be down with letting people in like that. And that it's right there. And shout out to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Outkast.
Ooh.
We need the Outkast biopic. I need to see how they were like enemies at once in high school, battle rapping each other every day. They became a group. I need to see how Andre went from like having, on same tour bus smoking with them to going through his transformation. I need to see how Big Boy felt about these. The whole thing is there. Like, starting to see the change in Andre. It's right there, bro. I'm like, give us that. I swear, like people talking about, like, bro, what you wearing, dog? Like all of that, the Dungeon Family, like give us L.A. Reid, all of that. I need all of it. I'm like, that is the biopic I want more than any of them. I know Snoop Dogg is talking about working on one, but I need that Outkast. That
would be cool.
Yeah, you could, and I mean, you could probably. You could probably, this is me going deep, but their original group name was 10 Shades. I think it's 10 Shades of Black or something like that. But it could be something like that, or I don't know. It'd be one of their title songs, Southern Playalistic, something like that. But something that could be really dope. So yeah, Ash, you got any biopic that you really want?
Nothing I can think of at this moment, but.
Okay.
I'll think on it.
Yeah. Hit us in the text.
Well.
All right. Ash.
All right. So it's time for the Flash with Ash. We're going some trivia today. Your favorite, Mia. Deep in the nostalgia. This should be a layup for y'all. This should be 3-0 tonight. So let's get it started with Kenan and Kel, which inspired me since I've been watching it.
I'm glad y'all been watching it,
man. What's the last name of Chris, the manager at Rigby's? Jenkins, Potter, Wilburn, or Calloway? I know y'all know this.
It's between Potter and Calloway. But I'm going Potter.
I gotta go Calloway.
All right, is that your final answers?
That's the final answer. Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Potter is correct. Calloway is incorrect. Mia didn't phone a friend on that one. What's going on? What's going on?
What?
Okay. He looked like that though, like Chris Potter. He looks like a mother says that I had to clip her toenails last night. And mother, you know how he is, man.
He did talk like that.
Yeah.
All right, this second one is coming in from Girlfriends, one of my favorites.
Jeez, I don't never do good on this one.
Maya's son Jabari has a full name that's said a few times across the series. What is his middle name? Rashad, Dwayne, Leroy, or Malik? And if y'all want me to say his full name with each, I can do that if that helps.
What's his last name? Wilkes?
Wilkes. Jabari.
So
Give me
Jabari,
the options again.
Leroy.
Rashad, Dwayne, Leroy, Malik.
Jabari, Leroy Wilkes. Jabari, Dwayne Wilkes. Jabari, Malik Wilkes. He looked like a Malik, but
I don't know.
I was hoping something more ghetto. That's why I'm like,
Rashad.
Y'all think it's so ghetto, was it that?
I thought so, like, like Levita Alizé, but I guess I go Malik, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go Malik.
Y'all both say Malik?
No, she said
it, but now I don't know. Because y'all be
I don't know. I genuinely don't know this one. Potter, I had a feeling.
Little sibling telekinesis that y'all.
Hey, you beat me out last time, remember?
Rashad, Dwayne, Leroy, or Malik?
I said Rashad.
Oh, okay. Those are incorrect. It is Leroy.
Leroy, I guess it was in that bag.
Jabari, Leroy, Wilkes.
Dang. All right.
All right. This final one is coming in from Martin.
Come on, we got to get this.
In the episode where Gina convinces Martin to get rid of old clutter, Martin refuses to throw away a childhood stuffed animal. What is the stuffed animal's name? Snuggles, Nippy, Pookie, or Mr. Bear? Now, this is Martin we're talking about, guys. So come on. Yeah.
Nippy.
I feel like I'm feeling like Nippy as well.
That is correct. And that's not Martin, dude. Like,
yeah,
that normal,
not a good name at all. Like that's why I was like, nah, he ain't gonna have nothing so regular.
That is correct.
Okay.
So, bro, you were what, 2 and 1?
2 and 3. 2 out of 3.
Oh, 2 and 3, and then Mia was 1 and 2.
1 and 3.
Oh, 1 and 3.
1 out of 3.
I don't want any problems. Okay.
I got 1.
Yeah. Hey, look, I went 0 for 3. I think the last time. So you got some points on the board.
You know what I mean? Y'all definitely got some points. And that is all for the Flash for the Ash. I'm warming y'all back up. Took a little mini vacay, get you back in the game.
Sheesh, those are the toughest ones, boy. Oh, man, well, Ash, that's wonderful. I was glad to be back season 2. Still bringing it as always with the fans and listeners, the supporters, the Stoop kids love. And which I love even more than all of this nostalgia is us talking about these nostalgic films, and one that is really nostalgic. So now we have to leave the year that we're in, go get in this time machine, and Mia, as she grabs the lever and presses the buttons, take us back to the film that we are reviewing today.
We are going back to 1976. And we are going to be talking about the classic original Sparkle. 3 sisters from a singing group in 1950s Harlem form a singing group in 1950s Harlem, but success threatens to ruin their relationship forever. Cast, we have a lot of legends in this cast. We have Irene Cara as Sparkle, Philip Michael Thomas as Styx, Lynette McKee as Sister, Dwan Smith as Dolores, Mary Alice as Effie, Dorian Harewood as Levi, Tony King as Satin Struthers, Beatrice Wynn as Miss Waters, Paul Lambert as Mo Gerber, and Otis Day as Ham. This film was released April 7th, 1976.
It's the day before our brother's birthday.
Shout out to Bub.
Okay, Aries.
You're funny. So with this being your pick, it's time to be kind and rewind. Take us back to the memories of this film and the significance of this film in relation to your family.
So this is crazy because I really like Mama C is here and I really want to pull her in here,
Oh man.
like talk about this because obviously this was way before we were born. So this is a film that she grew up with. That she introduced to me in my childhood. I don't remember the first time I watched it because I was probably very young at the time. But she's always introduced me to older films from her childhood, from before her childhood. And I just remember so many times in the house that I grew up in, just laying on the couch, her on one end, me on the other end, my sister maybe on the chase lounge, and we're all just like cuddled up under blankets watching Sparkle. And just, it just like gives me this warm, fuzzy feeling of like winter, hot chocolate, cinnamon rolls, Sparkle on the TV, and like you know, and we like just like with Crooklyn, which is another classic in our family. We quote stuff from this movie all the time, which I have, quotes of course, but just I don't even know what it is about. I love a dark, gritty movie anyway, but there's something so like grounded about this movie where it's just feels real, and of course that's another thing that I resonate with in my film choices is things that just feel like a slice of life, like you're just watching a fly on the wall in someone's life. And it's just always been some like a comfort film for me.
I dig. Okay. Well said, well put. Ash, I know me and you haven't seen this movie before, so it's a little bit of a press play for both of us. So what was the experience like for you watching Sparkle 1976 edition, the OG, for the first time?
Yeah, it definitely was a press play. I enjoyed it. I'm a sucker for a biopic, though. You can get me to watch those all day, any day. There's quite a few that we grew up watching, so it felt raw. I love the rawness about it. Three sisters, they never gave up on each other. You know what I mean? Like it was just even though there were real life things going on, it just you still felt a sense of family with it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And like I said, it's right up my alley with the type of biopics that I enjoy. And it shows you the other side of the industry, which is, really still going on. So,
yeah. For me, same press play. I just get this out the way because I feel like it's going to come up, so I'm just going to get it out the way. I enjoyed this more than Crooklyn. Surprise, y'all.
Surprise!
But not because I think it is a better movie. It's because, like I said, Crooklyn it made me anxious because the kids were so bad. That's where it make it hard for me. Like I have a hard time with like kids that really just be anywhere, like everywhere, anywhere. Like my own kids. Like it's just like when you're just doing too much forever at a day. It's just like, and so watching it, that was the biggest part of like made it challenge. It's like, dang, like y'all are so bad. It took for your mama to die for you to finally. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead. See your comments here after that because I like it. But nah, seriously, enjoyable film. Same thing. The thing about old films like this is like it. Because of how it's shot, because how it looks, the style of acting, it feels real. It feels like literally, like Mia said, it's you're fly on the wall. Like it's. I don't know. It's like there's no special effects. There's not a lot of resources, not a big budget, so that makes it feel even more authentic and feel even more real. Where you're like, is this a movie or is this like just somebody recording somebody's life? I mean, seriously, So. I enjoyed the movie. Started off slow, but I mean that's a given. But as it went on and stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I'm getting it, and I started to understand what the feeling of the movie is supposed to be. So Yeah, enjoyable film. So shout out to you, Mia. Any overall discussion points that you want to get into, Mia? Any do you want to do a little bit of this or that in regards to this movie as far as this style? Would you consider this a musical?
I would, because they give you full songs. It's not, that's a tough question. I think about that all the time when it comes to movies like this, because it's like, is it a movie with music or is it? So the only reason why I wouldn't say it's a musical is because they're not singing through life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like conversations. Like they're not just
Yeah,
breaking
like
into
there's
a song.
like Dream Girls where they're singing to each other just in conversation. I would say it's more of a movie with music, which this movie, the music in it is classic. It's been redone and remade and repackaged by, Aretha Franklin did a lot of the songs, and then In Vogue did some of the
Yeah,
songs.
we thought we recognized that In Vogue joint. I was like, oh yeah.
Listen, this song, I mean, some of these songs, some of these performances, I think brought out or gave me my future sultry that I would find as an adult that I could pull from, because sister in the red dress, you know, relatable. I felt that.
The
But
red
anyway,
pump. Shh. Sorry.
but I don't know if I have
I think you're right.
this or that because I would have to like actually think of movies that are movies with music and not movie musicals.
Okay, what about like, all right, I'm gonna take a stab at it. That movies that are not musicals, but is music driven.
Yeah.
And I'll ask you more specifically because I don't know if Ash has seen all of these. Ash, you can jump in where you see fit. So Sparkle or Sister Act, 1 or 2.
Ooh.
The better movie, you're saying?
It's just which one you prefer, this or that. Like,
Oh,
I don't know if it's movie. I ain't gonna.
They're very different.
Yeah.
Tonally.
Yeah, I guess movie. I ain't gonna even go like music for music, but like just
Tonally,
yeah.
they're very different. I think Sister Act 2 is probably my favorite of all three.
Okay.
But if I had to choose which movie to watch, it depends on what mood I'm in, but
Yeah, no doubt.
probably Sister Act 2 or Sparkle. Sister Act 1 isn't necessarily one of my favorites.
Yeah.
nobody talks about that one.
I watched it recently. It's actually not that bad.
It's good.
Well, it's not bad at all. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it like that. It's not bad at all. But I think I mean they just leveled up so crazy on 2 that yeah. I would ask you, Ash, but I think our recency bias wouldn't be enough. We ain't watched it enough to kind of chime in. All right, so School Days of Sparkle.
Why would you do me like that?
I mean, come on, like this is your bag. Like, you're a deep cut, musical, authentic.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I love School Days. I love School Days.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably
that is a good movie.
That's probably right up there with Sparkle, like as far as because me and my mama in like. But I'm gonna have to go with Sparkle, even though I do truly love School Days.
Okay. Sparkle or Fighting Temptation?
Sparkle.
Okay. Sparkle or The Wiz?
Oh, please, come on. The Wiz. That's my favorite movie.
That's your all time?
Yes, it's my favorite movie ever.
Hey man, you really are old soul. I love it. I dig that. Like you be standing on it like this is me for real, for real. That's
I'm
fine.
telling you, I
Uh,
am a musical theater, musical horror. The Wiz horror musical. That's the both worlds. Come
yeah,
on,
you
and
kind of
black people.
underground a little bit. Got a little bit of an underground feel to it. A little, All right, all right, all right. I just had to throw a few out there. That's dope. That's why it makes you just perfect. Another, obviously, all of us perfect fit for the Childish Grown Up Show because it's those things, those reasons. All right. Well, unless you got any, I mean, I don't know if it's not trivia, but information. I did not know the lead actress wasn't black. I didn't know that at all.
Irene Cara.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She's not black.
Sparkle? Nah, she's Cuban and Puerto Rican.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
that's
thought she might have been like
still
British.
black.
It's like Laz Alonso like type. You like Christina Milian. Like you kind of still looking at like yeah, you with us.
First of all, don't do that because Laz Alonso has made it very abundantly clear. Yes, he is Cuban, but he is black.
Hey,
Irene
I appreciate that though.
black, but she's Afro Latino.
You
We
said who?
appreciate it.
She's Afro Latina, but she's still black though.
Who?
Irene Cara.
Hold on. Let me go back to my Googles here. Now, we can get into where you want to start with the film while I look that up. Our listeners that are not black, like, why do y'all put so much emphasis on black?
Because
We're black.
what it is.
I can't explain. There's plenty of reasons, but
It's
we're not.
something that has to be.
It's just
explained.
us.
Like,
That's just
it
a
is
part
what
of
it is.
our like. Yeah, it's just right. Let me see.
Blend.
Yeah, it says. Let's see my freaking computer. So
Boy, blind.
but you got to kind of read through, but
You had to lean in.
got to lean in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So she's born and raised in Bronx, the youngest children. Her father, he Puerto Rican, and her mother was Cuban.
Yeah.
Where do you get Afro from?
You do realize that Cuban isn't a race. That's the nationality.
I do not know what that means.
That's
Nationality and race is not the same?
No, that's like we're American, but we're black. That's American
So
is
like
our
the nation you're
nationality.
from.
But our race is black, just like someone can be.
Okay, so she's
But they're black, and
so
Cuban can be black, but Cuban is the nationality. Like you can be a white Cuban, you can be a black Cuban, you can be biracial Cuban. Puerto Ricans can be black. Dominicans can be black.
well, I mean, I guess okay, so from Cuba, but I don't get anything that says black. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not mad at it. Like she's still
black. Like it's a like a yeah, she's Cuban, but she's black. Like just like Laz Alonso is Cuban and he's black.
So, what do you want to get into when it comes to this movie? I'm not gonna, but I get it. These are people, regardless. I rock with all of them. Like we all together. So, but go ahead.
But okay, so I wanted to ask, how did you feel about the opening of the movie? Like with them starting it off with them all in the choir in church? And did you follow really well, like the age progression throughout the movie? Because I feel like that's one of the things that isn't necessarily like they don't give a clear indication of time passage in the movie from where they start to where they end up. Like you obviously see that they grow up, but I feel like it's hard to tell the age progression. But what did you feel about like how it opened and with all of our characters, basically starting out in the choir together and then seeing where they went after.
Ash, you want to jump in?
That was a good point, Mia, because I was like when they did reveal Sparkle's age when Styx was like she's 15. Like I was trying to do the math in my head because I'm like, how old is Styx? Like when he got in there, because for him to say that, that made me think that. But anyways,
But it's the 50s, so
Yeah.
I
and
understood
that's why I
like
said. But I was like, for him to say that, I'm like, how old is Styx? And I was gonna ask you that anyway, Mia, if you knew how old he was. But
I think he
what
was
like
18.
18? Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
thought like
refresh
20.
myself on the beginning because it was kind of slow. But no, I like them being in the choir. That kind of sets the tone that obviously they're singing family, singing community, and a lot of those people started in the church house. You know what I mean? And then it kind of just led. So it just walked you right into their lifestyle and what that looks like, and I enjoyed it. And trying to think of another one that was similar to that, but.
I mean, it was cool, but it just didn't. I don't know. I just feel like it tied in that much, other than like the organic. Like back in this day, a lot of talent is found from the church. You know what I mean? Obviously, a lot of Aretha Franklin's and Patti LaBelle's, Ray Charles, and a lot of them grow up. Come from the church. So that I think that was it was a necessary little note there to just give us the realism of the 50s, and even I mean for a long time before they kind of start looking elsewhere for talent, it gave us that. But it wasn't much for me in that regard. But I get why they put it there, because I feel like it never was really revisited like that, so it just kind of didn't stick with me.
I agree. Like that's one thing that I'm like, of course, because again, this is one of my favorite movies. Grew up with it. I don't pay it that much attention. Like I just kind of
Yeah.
look where it's at. But every time I watch it, I'm like, Levi was not about to be in that choir. Like it just, for some reason, it was just like it never, like, because we never came back to them all being at church together on Sunday singing in the choir. It just was like, I think it was just to establish that they all could sing, including Levi, who later ended up in a completely different line of work. But, it's just one of those things. I think old movie script writing, we're just going to introduce everybody like this so you see all of their faces and know that they know each other. Um, but yeah,
Can I ask a question?
of course.
Can we assume that the mother has like multiple baby fathers? Is that what we are supposed to kind of
I
gather?
don't think so.
Only, and I mean, again, sister, she seemed much older. Maybe she wasn't supposed to be,
No.
but she obviously, to me, I mean, again, I guess, like I said, Sparkle, we just put her under the thing of black, and I guess sister, the actress obviously is biracial. So I don't know. I just kind of was looking at it like, because we didn't get a ton of the connection there. I mean, obviously we could see how it affects their decision making, but I just was wondering, like, I wanted to, I guess because we're parents, I always, just similar to Crooklyn, like I just find a lot of, how you watch shows now, you pay attention more to the parents than you used to. And so I guess I was just a lot curious about the mother. There's just some interesting things about it. And so that's where I was like, can we assume? Because the daughters all seem totally different from each other, which can happen from the same father.
You mean look wise or?
I mean, look wise and personality wise.
Like from experience, like my dad has 4 daughters. We all look different. We're all different body types, different personalities, different hair textures, all of it. Even though my 3 little sisters all have the same mother, completely different. So I never really thought about them having, different. I assume that because the mom they're in Harlem, so it can be assumed the mother is the biracial black woman, light skinned black woman, biracial down the line, and then just through genetics, the two older daughters are lighter skinned. The dad probably is dark skinned. The youngest one probably takes after, the dad, like looks wise, and then the older two take more after the mother. I just never really thought that much into it though.
I know, and I mean this because we're podcasting. Obviously, it's not meant to be thinking about it like that. I know this is just chill, enjoy it. But since we're podcasting, this is how it goes. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. But then, after they leave the church and you see them in the home with their mother, and again, you can tell, because Sparkle reveals soon thereafter that she's 15. I'm assuming sister is probably 17. And then we have Dolores, who's dressed like a little girl, like with hair, like in like a dress with the little ribbons in her hair. So I'm assuming she's got to be like 12, 13, which is crazy. But, it's 76 when this movie was made.
It worked though. It worked. Like it didn't bother me. Like as far as thinking that she looked too old, because it's like part of it's probably the lighting.
True. Okay.
But what was you saying? My bad.
Well, you talking about sister?
No, the youngest one. What you say, Dolores?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
But that's when you really get a sense of their personalities and how they all kind of operate. And so I wanted to ask, like, what did you guys think about, like how you said they're all different personality wise?
Mm-hmm.
What was your initial reaction to their personality differences, or what sister's personality was like and their dynamic as a family?
Ash, you want to go first?
You go ahead, bro.
Well, what I found interesting, and I'm kind of tied in because I know we're not going scene for scene, but like obviously after the, I bet call them Twix sticks, sticks and Sparkle having a moment, and like he's like really going for it, going hard on the lip to lip. You know what I'm saying? But and then they having a conversation like, you was messing. I heard you was messing. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I loved it. I was like, oh, that's like just real old slang, and it was just like dope to hear. But just how much Sparkle looked up to her sister, and I mean, we see later in the film, like she's like, nobody understood her. I understood her. Like she looked up to her. She really never judged her. And when it came to sister, the neighbor, shout out to the neighbor, the homegirl, just like, hey, listen, your oldest daughter, like she's trying to kind of tell like she's a little fast, like, and she's like, oh no, she just high spirited. And it's just like, nah, bro, like I'm telling you, I see on the outside, like she trying to make a way, she trying to figure, you know what I'm saying? So, and she ended up being right, she was yearning for something more, something exciting, and that's just a hard thing as a parent, I can imagine, where it's like, y'all doing well for yourself enough to get by. Your girls are doing all right. They maybe get to the age where they can kind of rotate clothes around a little bit, so it's getting a little easier for you. But your oldest child really is yearning for something else. And the challenge for me too with sister was like, she just seemed so much older. And I don't know if the wardrobe team had a hard time, and obviously again this is 70s, had a hard time trying to figure out how to gauge her because like Sparkle, she looks young because obviously they do the ponytail, they do no makeup. She looks young. Then Dolores, the younger child, they do the bow in the hair. So it's like, okay, she looks even younger. She rocking bows. But then sister looked like way older. So it threw me off a while. Like I was like, are we to assume they're all in school? Like, you know what I mean? I guess that's what I was trying to figure out. So that was kind of a hard following. But, Sparkle's personality is not really developed out that much until we get like middle of the movie to me, because I'm like, I don't get much, which kind of made it hard a little bit. It's like, I don't know I get why they called it Sparkle, but I kind of was like, maybe they could have did a different title, just because I didn't feel like Sparkle's personality was strong enough to be the name of the movie. That's just my opinion. I like her character. I had no problem with her character. I was more intrigued with Sister.
Mm. That's a good perspective. Because I was gonna say Mia, even though we're not talking about the remake. Did they make it more about Sparkle in the remake, or was it kind of similar where it was based around Sister until? Because I can't remember.
From what I can remember, they did make it a little bit more about Sparkle and the mom, which of course Jordan Sparks, Whitney Houston as your stars, they're gonna be a focal point. And Sparkle had a lot more to do in the remake. Now, betwixt us girls, I've only seen that maybe once or twice because
Right. So we don't discuss it. No, but that was a great point because even though I vaguely remember it, but I'm like, I feel like it was more about Sparkle on the remake than like bro was saying that it seemed more about Sister, and then kind of as we're getting closer to the end, then it's Sparkle is becoming a solo artist and stepping more into her individuality. So yeah, but as far as personality goes, yeah, Sister just seems so like wise beyond her years. She seemed like a grown woman. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, who has she been hanging with that she knows? I mean, I guess they have friends, obviously, but like, about messing, and she's smoking, and then Dolores, she seems outspoken. As they got older, like, social justice, all about protecting.
Yeah.
She was protected, but she was frustrated, obviously, all in the same sense. And then Sparkle seemed a little more shy, a little more reserved, and just looking at Sister like, oh, and her mother and stuff. But
so I just made a connection that is, Lord, I don't know if Mama C's gonna kill me for saying this, but it's just like when growing up, because my mom like she has a twin sister.
Oh wow.
A younger sister. And my mom and her twin are both like light skinned. And then her little sister is brown skinned. And it always just like I would look at them and I would see like, Sister and Sparkle, like my aunt, my auntie, and my mom. And then the younger one is like my younger aunt, their little sister, who's more brown. And it was always just something that connected in my head. But to your point, Mo, I think, for one, oldest daughter syndrome. Mom works in someone else's home. Sister probably had to grow up really fast. She probably had to help take care of her little sisters. She's probably running them Harlem streets. And she's a pretty girl. The drug dealers and the killers was at her at an early age, flashing cars and money. And she just wanted that. She wanted to grow up fast. She wanted to be in them streets. And that's kind of how I viewed her, as like, she was just fat. Like, generally, she was just fast. She probably, mom's not home a lot. She was outside.
She trying to carve out a different life for herself.
Yeah.
Like, she know what moms do. Like, she's like, bro, when I get of age, I'm gonna find me a man. She's looking at like, mom, where's dad at? You know what I'm saying? Mom, this is what mom does for a living. She's a maid. She wants to carve out a different lane. And so she's more open to, like, obviously being a little bit more out there. Like, hey, look, if I got to do this, and this with a man, they're going to take care of me, get that whip. Like, old boy came through with the whip. Like, she's like, bro, this is stolen. Like, she already making up in her mind, like, I'm going for something different. You know what I mean? Like, period. Like, and she never was like, I felt like she never was disrespectful to her mom. She just was blatant in her desire to see that ain't what I want. And a lot of us have been kids, and we could, look at our parents, and you go through phases of it. As a kid, you can be judgmental because you don't understand. Then you get older, you understand why they made the decisions they made, and you decide what works for you. And so, just seeing her in this sense is like, I mean, that's clearly what it was. That, seeing what her mom does, I believe, and then also not having a father figure. So her choices in men, it's right there. And I liked it because, I mean, a movie, I mean, again, we're in a different year. obviously in 2025 watching this movie, so it's like we got a different lens for these type of things that may have not intentionally been established, but we could see clearly, daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, did you catch their last name? Do we know what their last name was, Mia?
They said it, and I don't know why. I never really paid attention to it. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, because I think that it should have been like the whatever, like the Jones sisters. Like I feel like that could have been the name, just because I
think it was Johnson.
Williams. Good.
Maybe Williams, Sparkle Williams.
Sparkle.
Dolores. The mother. Well, the mother is Effie, right?
Effie. Yeah, that's a classic name. Yeah. But even then, like going back to that part, I think that the movie could have been named like
it was Williams.
Williams. All right, shout out to Ash. The Williams sisters. Maybe it's not an intriguing working title, but something like that. Like just because I feel like they were trying to tell three stories, well, two stories really. The younger sister, I feel like they figured out what to do with her kind of later in the writing, but yeah.
I feel like it could have been named The Hearts. That was the first singing. That was the name of the singing group when they first started, when they had Styx and Levi in the group with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Sparkle works because Sparkle. But yeah. So did you guys have anywhere you wanted to go next in your notes?
I just speak a little bit about the mom, the intriguing part about like her occupation. Mm-hmm. There was this sense of comfort, but yet discomfort with the occupation for the people of Carcass, and so I thought it was just an interesting dynamic, and of course the younger sister speaking to it. It makes you wonder, like and as crazy as it seems, it's like a lot of us go through that. It may not be the same sense of being a maid, but it is a thing of you've gotten to a comfort zone where, yeah, you want to move on, but how hard will it be to move on? And this is working for me, even though I deal with some things. And, my heart goes out to the mom, even though, it all reminded me of Monica and her mom from Love and Basketball. It's just like that whole thing while you was washing his clothes and, that stuff is real. Like that stuff is real, like daughter, mother type of thing, where how they view their mother and what they think they could have been and done. Same thing with sons and fathers, like type of man you are. So the mom is just an interesting character. I don't think I felt any envy or jealousy at all, which normally I feel like films like this would implement something like that. But I didn't feel any of that. I felt that she was very supportive and proud. But yeah, that's all I wanted to. I just kind of wanted to chime in with the mom or whatever. And plus, I was thinking too with the mom. I'm like, the mom still looks young enough. Like she can still get out here and find a brother in Harlem. Like that's how I was thinking.
She was.
That's what you were thinking.
That's what I was thinking.
She ain't have time. She running behind these three girls who out here. And it really like it also sets the tone, kind of like with Crooklyn and kind of like with a lot of the movies he's watched where it's like 90s, 80s, 70s, going back at how much freedom kids had to just do, like to just be outside, like living their life. Because, she was there and you could tell she was a very present and active mother, but they were very much, on their own a lot, especially, and she was probably worked so much because Sparkle being 15 to the point where, her and Styx are getting it in up on the roof, and then he's taking her to a hotel eventually. So it's like,
I do have a question about that too.
At night,
were they married or no?
Who, Styx and Sparkle?
Did they say something about a marriage license at the hotel?
That's what I was thinking.
That's because back in the day, in order to get a hotel, you had to be married. Like you couldn't just be up in there. Like they had to, So he was basically paying the hotel concierge off
Okay.
So it's like,
Okay.
I did not know that. That's a
Because
good.
I'm like, I thought I heard that, but I was like, then when he just dipped later, I'm like, well, dang.
yeah, they were not married. That was just her man.
Hey, shout out to Sticks though. He was
Hey, Sticks is
fantastic.
Sticks. Hey, Sticks was a real one.
Hey, when he got on stage,
Hey, listen.
boy,
Hey,
what?
I got some great things to say about this brother.
No, I like Sticks a lot.
I did too.
But no, shout out to the mother too, Effie. I really liked her. She's like a woman of few words, but her presence was just felt, you know what I mean? And she said what she said, and then she moved on. I think she was firm, but she allowed her daughters to like make their own choices, even if she disapproves. She'll say her 2 cents about it and then let you walk your own path. And yeah, like that moment where Dolores was talking to her and she was about to dip out, like she was saying some powerful things, but it also was coming off very judgy too, because it's like talking to the TV. I'm like, said daddy around. Like she out here doing whatever she got to do to take care of. It's easy for you to say now that you're older and you could just dip, but like I was in the trenches the whole time. You know what I mean? And you have no idea what it was like trying to raise 3 children by myself. So it was just like that was a powerful scene to me with Dolores and
It was.
And you got to think, if it's the 50s now, that means Effie was growing up in like the 30s.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's a good point.
it wasn't that much opportunity for her. She really had to get it out, get it however she could, take care of her kids. So I always felt like Dolores was very judgmental and a little bit out of pocket when it came to her mother. Like, I get you wanting more for yourself, but don't judge me. Just go get more for yourself. Like, you don't have to live how I live, but you don't have to judge me either. Because if it wasn't for Effie cleaning them people's house, you wouldn't have this apartment or the opportunity to do anything else.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. Even though it's not on the scene, I think as she got older, she would have came back and understood. That's just the cycle of things when you go from a kid to an adult, and you understand. Like, I can't tell you how many times I understand my mom, like her frustrations at moments where the little things become big things because you're so overworked. Between being a single parent and dealing with what you deal with at your job, it's just like everything is a frustrating thing. What? It's like everything is a frustrating thing because I literally don't have the capacity to add one more thing to my plate right now, and you're adding one more thing to my plate right now. So, the mom was just a graceful character. When they were, eventually they decide, here's what I like too. When they go to the jumping spot, Sticks end up working a deal with his was his employer. Was that his boss?
Was that the guy who owned the club that they ended up singing at?
Yeah. Okay. Well, the guy at the club, but they had some kind of relationship. And Sticks works them over to get them 5 tickets. They get to go and like, bro, this is live. Like, this is live in the 50s. Like, this is the spot to be.
You mean the tickets to see the show that they
were. The dude he was like negotiating with. But this is live. Like, I appreciated this because it was live. Like, this is the 50s. This is like top-notch entertainment right now, and you got the host, the dude is mad funny, you know what I'm saying? You got people coming up there doing stuff, and I love this is so nostalgic in the sense that how many times as a kid we look at something like, I could do that. Like, that was like back in the day, we just never thought, like, we see something, we can do it. Like, that's just how we thought as kids. Like, I could do that. I could play basketball. I could dance. I can sing. Like, I can. And I love how quickly that was understood with them. Like, oh, I could do this. And they got the idea and spawned it. And wasn't nobody mad at them for saying, like, nobody, oh, you copying me? Nah, bro. And another interesting character thing with Sister, like when they were rehearsing, Sister was looking at the magazine, like, because she already had a star complex. She had that from the beginning all the way throughout. She had that star complex. She's like, bro, I'm going to be the lead. I'm pretty. I can sing. Y'all work on it. So I found that, like, I just love seeing them at this, at this little, I ain't gonna call it a hole in the wall, even though it gives that vibe, but like this like popping spot for like new talent, this 1950s version of Apollo, you know what I'm saying? It was dope because we've seen what happened when somebody did and they hooked them up out of there. So
that's so funny. The little lady.
Yeah.
She was
Um,
so confident too. I'm
Boy.
like, oh, she might be able to blow. I'm like looking forward to her performance, and she was terrible.
her face when they pull her off with that hook was hilarious.
Like, burr.
But no, so now we've established, they Levi says, I can't be in no singing group. I'm about to be out here in these streets. I got to make this money. I need this munyon.
Mm-hmm.
So, he wants to go work, hustle. And so now Sticks is at the point where he can't be the only guy in the group and he's trying to get them a deal, you know, to perform, and he sells it to the club owner as, a group, three girls, and he shows them sister's picture kind of as like his way to get them in. So, this is where it kind of takes a turn, and I've always felt like it was crazy to me that sister was dealing with Levi, but then as soon as Levi introduced her to Satin, she saw Satin actively there with the woman, do that woman super dirty, and said, you know what, yeah, that's the guy.
Sign me up.
I want that one. Like, what are your thoughts on the whole introduction of Satin Struthers when he sees them singing at the club, and how he is introduced into sister's life, and how she reacts to that and how she responds to it?
Well, see, that's the thing. I didn't know, like, when he jacked that first chick up, like, I didn't know that sister saw that. Because when I saw it, I thought it was just Levi. Was Levi getting her out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I didn't know sister saw that. Yeah, I must have missed that part. Because I'm like, in
Well,
my head, I'm like,
I don't know
yeah,
if she's seen it though, because it was in the
So
hallway.
she didn't. So what she saw was, she saw that he was with that woman,
okay.
and when he was talking to sister, he was telling Levi like escort her to her cab, and she's like, my cab. And so she knew that he was with her and that he was dismissing her.
He pulled a Nino Brown.
He did. She may not have seen him like snatch the coat. The door probably closed, but she saw like him, like, yeah,
Dismiss her like I was already accounted for.
but now I'm with you, so we're gonna dismiss her. And it was just crazy to me that she did not care. She was like, yeah, sorry to this woman.
I know, like, that was crazy. Like, I saw, like, the friend and what's
And
love got to do with it?
Levi
Yeah,
was
what?
like her dude. Like, her and Levi had been messing around since they were like,
Bro.
and so it was kind of like crazy.
Yeah,
Well, the thing I
that,
think. Go ahead, Ash.
well, I was going to say, yeah, Satin, is that his name?
Satin.
Mm-hmm.
Satan, right?
Play
I
on
didn't want to say
words.
Satan. I
Yeah,
don't, boy, it's
play on words. You know what
it's
I'm saying? A little
Satan,
bit.
boy. No, but
Satan.
Mm-hmm.
dang, where was I going? Well, yeah, because when she was with Levi and they were in the car, and we saw that initial like, way he pulled her head back was crazy. Just on
Yeah.
that, I was like, so in my mind, I was like, okay, is this foreplay or is he like abusive? You know, because I didn't know how that was gonna go. Like, I didn't know how deep they were, because that was crazy on a head jerk. But anywho, yeah, and
I'm
then she sees, look at you. I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not. You're not going to trap me. You're not going to trap me. I'm not telling you that.
I mean,
Anyway,
I thought I seen what he was going for. I thought he knew
I'm not
he knew what
saying.
type of woman he was dealing with, so he knew.
Listen, I have nothing to say.
Mia,
um,
Mia, no.
yeah, it's not on me this episode. No, no, no. But yeah, so Satan was already established, right? So you would Levi, whatever, but Levi's trying to come up in this crime boss world or whatever hustle, and so you see Satan, and he's he's all like, you know what I'm saying, already established. He got the bread. He's probably like all the guys that are been trying to, like Mia said, she's already seen the drug dealers, the killers, everybody already on her because she's pretty. and then he giving you some energy, so you like, okay, I'm finna go see what that life be like. I mean, she didn't know what she was signing up for, obviously, but she wanted that. She was already trending in that direction. And
Yeah.
then, he's right in front of her, and I don't care that he's with another woman and slapping her up.
Well, I think the thing is he comes off mannish. Like he's real mannish in comparison to Levi. Like Levi is this kind of cute, you know,
Mannish.
yeah, like mannish versus boyish.
I'm saying I didn't get boyish from Levi though.
Well, of course we didn't get it, but the way I understood their relationship, it's like, oh, this is hot. You stole this. They had this kind of playful, we on off type of thing. But I feel like she didn't really fully respect him like that. Because if she did, she would have never like moved on so quickly. Like, okay, we could build. But it was just like something in the meantime. He got a little bit of motion, but he ain't quite got it together. And then when he step up, like he got a whole label. He got a whole, he got a whole situation pulling up with the cigar. He got the, what I mean. He's just dark skinned, speaking so eloquently. I feel like when she seen him, she seen a man, and that was like it just caught her. She didn't even think about anything else. Just, oh, this is a man. This is the man I've been looking for. He got money. He got clout. He got respect. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm on. And that's why I think that it was so easy for her. And again, like I said, the father figure not been around, she couldn't pick up any signs immediately of those things. So just him being a man versus Levi being a boy, even though Levi was trying to be a man, I feel like him trying to get some money because he's trying to be legit, trying to be what he knows she cares for. I think he was really trying to do that, but when he pulled up, that was what it was. Like she seen that in me. That's why if you go back to the scene, she had the goo eyes. Like they had the light on her. Like she was really like all impressed. And I'm like, man, you impressed by this dude? All right, but again, it's the '50s, so it's like it's a little different standards on like what you're appealing. But and of course they always make the dark skinned brother the villain. But that's another conversation. But again, this is the '70s doing a movie in the '50s. It's just a given. Like I'm not tripping about that. Like I'm not about to get like woke about it. It's the '70s, bro. Like that's what they do.
And was he singing? Satan? Was he that singer?
No, Satin wasn't a singer. He was
I'm thinking about that other dark skinned guy that was singing. He was like on the previous. They kind of looked at like a little.
Yeah, some of them brothers definitely resembled each other. But it's just like now with the NBA players with the same afro hair, and it's all the same. Chicks with the lashes, the same makeup, they all look the same BBL, all that. Yeah. Same thing.
Mo, please.
No, hey, come on, they all look alike.
Anywho,
I mean, I'm definitely gonna start calling. I'm definitely gonna start calling people you people.
Please don't.
I'm kidding. It's a joke. Anyway, go ahead, Bia.
So anyway, but after that, we see immediately he started beating on sister. Like immediately. She getting beat on and she's on that stuff. She's snorting cocaine. Like in the next scene after she gets with him, the next time they're in the dressing room is kind of like, okay, it's a wrap. And I thought it was like a really interesting moment when you see she's moving in with Sat and she's leaving home. Now, she's no longer dressed like Sister the teenage girl. She's dressed like Sister the woman. She's got on the pants and she's got her suitcase. And she's talking to Effie, and Effie's like, this man is about to drag you down into the gutter. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, he's as big as you can get. And Effie's like, listen, I know what I'm looking at. I've lived in Harlem my whole life. Like, but again, like you said, she said her piece and she said, all right, I said what I had to say. It's out of my hands. And, you're going to have to learn the hard way. And then, we see her come to the dressing room and her sister's discovering the bruises.
I love how My bad. Go ahead,
I
me.
was just gonna say it just quickly goes downhill for her after
Yeah.
that.
And I love how the mom knew right away something was up. You know, it's like a mother knows
That first
because
handshake was like,
yeah. Hey, she said I've been in Harlem how long? Like she know what's going on, but and he was pretty much like the other side of the glamour, like the dark side of the industry. You know what I mean? Like he looks successful, but all that is through fear, violence, and you know what I mean, control. So it's just like it's like a shiny new toy, and then you get it and you realize like, oh, this
mm-hmm,
ain't what I thought it was. I just wish she could have got out of there, you know,
mm-hmm.
sooner than later. That was just, and I'm assuming it was an overdose, right? Is that how she?
They never specified whether it was an overdose
Yeah,
or whether, Satin did something to her. It was literally she was messed
yeah,
up as we saw singing, and the next thing you knew,
right. I was like, dang.
she was up out of here. Um, but even within all that,
Hmm.
something that stood out to me that I wanted to get your thoughts on was like how you see Effie said her piece. Dolores basically told sister about herself, like you're stupid for letting him do this to you, and like look at what he's doing to you. But Sparkle was still very much enabling sister's behavior. She even went to buy drugs for her, which Dolores ended up snatching out of her hand, you know. So what it like as much as I love the movie and I love Sparkle and I love Sparkle as a character, it always frustrated me so bad that it felt like she just was enabling sister's behavior. It was almost like she maybe it was like a older sister thing where she felt bad for sister because she had to grow up so fast, and that's why she was enabling her. But it was like it felt like sister just could do no wrong in Sparkle's eyes, even
Yeah,
when she saw it getting as bad as it was getting.
yeah. I mean, Sparkle has always, kind of served sister. We know that she always did her hair, and that was a priority for her. So I think that she idolized her sister a lot, and you know, and she's always used to servicing her. And I think she just always felt like she had an answer for everything. Because even then, when they were younger, talking about messing, it's like, hey, if you messing, just remember, like, don't come back here pregnant, this and that, So I feel like she just always looked at her like she had the answer. So she'll figure it out. She'll get through it. And I mean, this is the '50s. We don't have a lot of, obviously, ain't no discourse on, you know, mental health and none of those type of things at this time. So I think she just looked at her like, I'm helping Sissy. Like, if this helps her, she'll snap out of it. She's still singing. She's still, So it was just, it was just a time. But So a few more things. I just want to. I don't want us to go overly too long here, but a few more things as far as like just sections of this movie that you want to get into, Mia.
Yeah, so basically I was gonna say from there, we see how Dolores tries to take Satin out, which leads to the confrontation between Satin. Well, it leads to unfortunately Levi going to jail, but then leads to the confrontation between Styx and Satin, and that's like the last we see of him. And I know that we love us some Styx, and in this moment we kind of see how he's really who he think he is. Like he's really that guy. So we can cause and then after that, just like the ending, like the conclusion after Sister passes and Sparkle and Styx kind of finding their way back to each other and then finding their way forward.
And shout out to Six, man. Um, that was an ass whooping waiting to happen. And I'm so glad he gave it to him. I do hate that he didn't. I mean, I guess that was the just dude. That was very satisfying, but still, like you said, we just didn't see him again. Like, I don't know. I feel like we should have seen one more run in with him. Like, either he got booked or like just something else on top of the
Got
fight.
killed.
I mean, I want to. You said that, but something, because he was just, when that man told her to crawl, bro.
That's a famous scene right there.
Yeah, that was crazy. Then just proceed to go in with the punches is like crazy. Like
Like,
y'all
Sick,
just,
sick. I'm
yeah,
so
you just
like,
got it in. Y'all smoking one, like, and you just
bro,
flip
she's
the
high as a
can.
kite, bro. Like,
It's just like, I've thanked you in so many ways. You know, I
gave
can
you
thank
gave you
her.
everything, bro. Like,
Um, but yeah, that was very satisfying, and I'm so glad. And it's crazy because even he knew he was beating on women. Like, cause remember, Sticks had said something after, like, when they broke up the fight.
yeah.
We hitting on women too long, or something he had said.
you
And
only
so it's like, it's crazy. The whole town knows.
He said he hit him with the snowball. Teach a man how to squabble.
He the only man stood up, and I mean, it's only because he obviously provoked him. But like, would he have done that, without that interaction?
Nah, he
Probably
wouldn't.
not.
He wouldn't.
But
Not in the 50s.
yeah,
That's between you and your gal. That's what it would have been. You know what
I think that whole interaction what prompted Dolores to leave in the first place. She's like, okay, I tried to get Satin out of here. I accidentally got Levi caught up, and I can't do this no more. I got to get out of here because I'd have had to sleep with this snake of a man that I hate to try to get this
I mean?
information.
That man was the definition of thirsty, boy.
yo,
He was
extra
so
thirsty.
Hey, this man was so thirsty.
Oh,
Like I
he
gotta have.
was.
I sees you and I want you. Like that.
He
He was
was
like all like.
30 seconds. He was.
Oh, so you kind of important, huh? Oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, like bro, they killed it
So
though.
what you doing after the show? Like that, bro? Chill.
Yeah, he had no chill about try to get the
He
youngest one.
was. You already know. He was done.
Thirst box where my heart used to be.
But shout out to Dolores though for even just trying to put that play
Take
together
action. Take
on a
action.
solo. Like, yeah,
And
it didn't work out.
but it speaks to her character, like trying to be a little bit more proactive than her mom. I think that she's trying to take action now. Did it work? No, but she is trying to be different in the sense of taking action to change my sister's situation. So, obviously her mom just could give advice, and that's all she really felt that she could do. But like she tried to actually get involved and set them up with all that. So
The boy got the pillow talking, huh?
yeah, gave it
right.
up.
Tell it. Nah.
Know how that goes. But anywho,
Yeah, but on the conclusion of it all, Sticks comes back and he messed up, but the mom gives some real sound advice to Sparkle to say, like, because she understood, like, he a good man. Yeah, he made the decision, this and that was his own frustrations, kind of like, but he did what he felt he needed to do. He's working his regular job, but he came back to his passion and he realized, what to do. And, they ended up working it out. And I don't know if we got the conclusion that they were back in a relationship, but we definitely got the conclusion that they were successful. And maybe you can clear this up for me, Mia, and Ash. You can obviously react. The last scene of them, like the guy that he borrowed money from, they made their money back, and they wanted him to basically get involved with criminal activity on interest for the finances, and he just wasn't going. And it was like pretty much had a gun to his head, and he still wasn't going. But then the guy looked proud about it. So I don't know what that was, but they ended up blowing up, and Sparkle, she's a thing now. I forgot what their title was. Was it Sparkle and the
Sparkle something, wasn't it? The late love. I forget what it was.
Yeah, it was, but one of them classic group names. Yeah. So anything y'all want to add to that last section of Sticks coming back, getting his girl, getting the group back together, and them end up being successful, and him not compromising his morals for business.
All I say is, yes, they were back together. She confirmed it. Like, well, you see them together in the booth, and then she confirmed it when she was on stage because she dedicated a song to her sisters, and then she said, "Into my man Sticks." I I don't think they ever clarify exactly how he got out of that situation at the end. But I think even going back to when he first came back and when Effie was talking to Sparkle, basically, you know, nobody wants to see you, you know, throw your life away just because your sister passed away. Like, yes, she passed, she made her choices, but you still have a lot of life to live. You still have talent. You're still very blessed with this gift, and you're going to throw it away. And he's trying to make sure that you don't do that. And that's, I love the ending of the movie because it all comes together and it ties together for Sparkle, who it seems like didn't have much of a voice throughout the entire movie. And it was like this was her moment where she could step out into her own from behind her sister's shadow, from out of, you know, playing small and being, the subservient or the background character and really, be a woman and be, you know, the main character and be her full self to her own. Of course, it's the 70s. The character development isn't wonderful. We don't get a huge arc moment, but it's still nice to see and it's still enjoyable to watch.
The other singer that they brought into the group, shout out to her. She was in Martin. She was from the episode where he was, he Sunflower? What was his name? I can't remember his name. But I had never seen her young, so I was like, oh, that's her. But anyway, Ash, anything else you want to add to those, the conclusion of the film?
I mean, Mia said everything so beautifully. But I mean, I love that it ended on a high note. And Sparkle did. We got to see that blossom at the end. And her and Styx rekindling that flame, and obviously he stood on business with the deal with the mobsters, and I guess the dude respected it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he could have offered him easily, but I think it was some type of respect there where he was like, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? We paid you, we square, and that's it. So would that really have happened? Probably not. You'd probably be swimming with the fishes. But
Finding Nemo.
That was for you, bro. But yeah, like, no. Enjoyable movie, and again, I'm all about a biopic, so yeah.
Okay, well, that is our review of the film. With that being said, character you relate to or identify with the most, Mia B.
Okay, so I had a two, like a double feature here, because on one hand I identify a lot with Sparkle, just in the sense that, like, it took me a little while, like, to find myself and to come into my, my confidence and my character. And I had, I have an older sister and I had older cousins who I watched, jump off the porch a little earlier and looking up to them and being like, wow, I wish I had that, that confidence and like I could be more assertive in that way like they were. But it took me I was a little bit more of a late bloomer in that way. But then on the other hand, I have three little sisters who I'm much older than, who probably would look at me more like sister, in the sense that by the time they were like teenagers, I was already grown. And they saw me, in my young party girl days out here in the streets. Um, and they probably would have looked at me more the way Sparkle looked at sister. While I'm looking at my older sister and older cousins kind of more like Sparkle looked at sister. So I kind of relate to both of those characters.
Shout out to that's like sound like the J. Cole middle child complex.
Yeah,
I like it. Ash.
I like it. You know what's crazy? I forgot to write this down. I looked at my notes. I was like, oh my God, I didn't put anybody. But I mean, I probably could have a mix as well, but I land with Styx Because Sticks was, I feel like he was ambitious. He was very loyal. I feel like he was patient and supportive, and he had goals in mind for himself. And he was willing to put the work in to try to obtain those goals. And yeah, so I'm going with Sticks.
I also have Sticks. He was really a multi-talented dude, which I can obviously relate to. God has blessed me with many talents, but with that, he's always adjusting to where he needed to be, and that was like the most fireest part to me. With his character was like, oh, we doing a group of 5. Oh, he ain't doing it no more. Okay, well, what does it look like with three women and a guy? I'm gonna go back out. Here's what I'm gonna do. Y'all do this, and I'm gonna, like, he's always had a plan. He always make adjustments accordingly. Like, he felt like, oh, this ain't working no more. Ain't nothing working in Harlem, man. I got to go get a job. Then he realized the job can't fulfill his soul and his needs, and he comes back and say, you know what? I'm gonna give it another try. I've cooled off. And let me apologize. I'm showing up to the funeral. Let me talk to your moms. He's a master adjuster, and I have a high level of respect for people that have that ability to adjust in real time. And then just like, again, multi-talented, like, dude can sing. He helped her get through that studio session. Like, I can step in. Don't forget, I can still sing with you. I can sing, and then he can obviously make business deals. He stand on that business, and also he can scrap. You know what I'm saying? So Sticks was just the MVP altogether for me in this movie. Like, dude was cold. Get the step in the character you could do without. Mia B.
I said Mrs. Waters, and like I get the purpose she serves.
She the neighbor?
Yeah. But then I'm like, sometimes I just felt like some of her commentary was maybe supposed to bring humor or levity, but I was like, I could have done without it for real.
It's a good one. Ash.
That is a good one. I'm going with Satin. He was just a terrible, terrible man. And once he told her to crawl, I was like, yeah, he's done. He's cooked. So
That scene is almost up there with the Players Club scene. I ain't gonna even lie.
it's really bad.
Almost up there. Almost. For me, I got Levi. His character was really useless in the grand scheme of the movie, other than the fake out drug bust of him being there. Like, he just wasn't. We just didn't need to do like at all. Like, so, because the sister could have still been like, thirsting for something more and not being introduced to this guy. Like, we just didn't need him. But again, this is 70s, so it's a given. Mia B. Lines that deserve to be slimed.
I got a few. Feels so good, it must be a sin. When, Sparkle and Six were up messing on the roof. Don't come around here with no big belly talking about you didn't know what you were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. I've lived in Harlem my whole life. I do know a rat when I see one. This next one is one that me and Mama C and my sister and some other, like my cousins, we quote all the time. Your sister can't fly on one wing.
Boy, that was real.
And then I have, now I didn't drop a dime on you, but I wish I had.
Mm-hmm. It's a Sticks quote right there. Ash.
Yeah, Mia, I got 4. Mia said 2. It feels so good, it must be a sin, of course. Sparkle. Miss Wallace, unless there's no room for the mother of the star. Like, I liked it when she said that. Same with the mama, lived in Harlem all my life. I know a rat when I see one. And then also another one from Effie. I've said my piece. That's it.
I do not have any lines.
Oh, okay.
But things you would change about the movie or what you feel they didn't get right. Maybe.
I don't have anything, only because of the time frame the movie was made in. I just feel like for what it was and what they had to work with, I feel like they did everything that they could have done, you know, with what they had. Of course, it's not a perfect movie, but
yeah, I get you though. That's you got to have grace for filmmaking in this time. So I get that.
like, yeah, there was some wonky camera work or what have you, and a little poor character development in some spots, but I just feel like it still worked. It worked.
Yeah. Ash,
I don't have anything either.
I have a few. Lighting, even though it is the 70s, but lighting. Time sequences. I mean, note cards weren't hard to do in the 70s. You literally write something on a note card and you can put it in front of, you can use a typewriter and put it in front of Act 2 or something, like, just to give us a time frame of how old she is. Because in my mind, I'm like, is she 15 still? Is she 16, 18? And then lastly, and this is a personal preference. It don't mean that the movie got nothing wrong, anything like that. And even the other things don't take away from the movie. It's just my opinion. But this one's definitely a personal preference. Some of the music scenes, like the movie, it didn't do anything wrong. My preference, I just don't like long sequences of music. Like when these style of movies I'm not the biggest fan of. So like doing the whole song is like I don't even like when people do verses and they do the whole song. I'm like, bro, what happened to the minute and a half? You know what I'm saying? So it's like them doing the whole song. Shout out to Curtis Mayfield. You know what I mean? But I don't need the whole song. That's what the soundtrack's for. So for me, that's I just ain't big in that. But that's it. That's all I got. I think those are reasonable adjustments. Lastly, Mia B, moral of the story in your opinion?
You can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved.
Boy.
What you laughing at?
What's up, man?
Nah, some of the songs was pretty lengthy.
That last one, I was like, all right, y'all. Like, come on.
I was singing my heart out. I'll sing along to every song in this movie, even perform it like I'm on stage.
I remember talking to Tyler. We was like having a side convo. I'm like, sing it.
Y'all ain't no musical people, but that's okay because
it ain't that. I don't like, if you're gonna do it, like build up towards the thing like 8 Mile. Like I'm cool with that, not because it's rap, but because or Get Rich or Die Trying or something like that. It's like, okay, you get a little bit of the vibe of, okay, he's doing a little bit, but you're not gonna get the whole Hustler's Ambition song. You get a little bit of him spitting or whatever. Or if you use a song, go to some other sequences while the music's playing. But like just sitting and watching perform the whole thing.
And that's okay. Like
we're very musically inclined. Like it's in the DNA.
I hear you. I
have records, but I just
everybody ain't about this.
No, you're right. No, you're right. This tracks for me. I'm a lover of music, but when you mesh music and film together, it's like I don't know. It's just not my thing.
Appreciate it. Like I can appreciate it. Just it was a little long, man. You can forgive it. It was kind of lengthy.
Yeah, and but I get it. Somebody might, these kids might look at Lion King songs and might be like, dang, they singing every couple songs. They Scar is singing and Simba is singing and or Aladdin. They're like, and so I get it, like what I'm saying. But we'd be like, bro, all of these Lion King songs is So I understand. Like I ain't mad at it. Like the music was good. The music wasn't bad at all. It's just I don't really like y'all start to listen to our show. I'm not a big fan of like long music scenes where you're going through the whole performance. Unless it's like you haven't given us anything until we built up the momentum, and I'm also not a fan of like poetry. So like when I see that and people trying to be like that, y'all know quick, I'll be like, man, shut that crap down, bro. I don't want to hear none of that.
Which is crazy to me that you
don't.
Yeah, y'all can get rid of all that. So whenever Love Jones pop up, y'all already know what time it's gonna be.
Don't you do that? Don't you do that?
Brother to the night, what? Nah, come on.
Nah, he was spitting though. That's the exception to the rule. But like all that extra, like trying to be, it was all cool. Like, man, come on. Ash, moral of the story, in your opinion.
Know who you are before the world tries to tell you who you are.
Who did you get that from specifically? Sparkle? Or what I mean, I guess where did that come from?
I had to really think about it. I don't know, like it's just even sister, really.
Oh, sister too. Okay.
Just a blend of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair. I just trying to get the gauge on that.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, no. Don't give up on your gifts because they haven't given up on you. In other words, unfortunate circumstances happen, but don't let it go. Don't let it get you so far off track that you lose sight of all that you've worked for with the gifts. And that obviously is a nod to Sparkle. Like, that gift is still there regardless of whatever the scenario is. So.
Heard you.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, it's time for the reveal of the movie. Ash, you have the next pick. The floor is yours.
All right. So we are going back to the 90s.
Okay.
1997 to be exact. Mm-hmm. We have referenced this movie a few times throughout our episodes, and it wouldn't be right and it wouldn't be me if I let this rotation go by without it being picked. So we are going with the one and only classic movie, Soul Food.
Okay.
Hey, listen, you almost should have went last round with that one. You know what I mean? Because it's right there in the Thanksgiving bag. Like the last, I fall right into the week of the Thanksgiving. So, how you feel about that, Mia?
I'm very excited about that. This is going to be a conversation.
Oh yes.
This is going to be a conversation, okay? I can't wait.
Yeah, this is exciting. I knew whenever we got to this was going to be one of them ones. And now that we've developed so much, I can't wait to have these conversations because Terry and Bird and Lim, man, it's so there. Ahmad, it's your fault. Like, yeah, can't wait. Excited about it. Ash, what made you pick this before we close?
I mean, this is a classic. This is a staple in our household. I'm sure many of our households. I mean, from food to drama to family, it just has all the makings of a classic. And I'm excited to talk about it.
All right. Well, y'all heard it here. The 1997 film Soul Food. Y'all go check that out now. Go find it at any of your streaming or your whatever sites that you're using to watch these things, man. That is our next film. Truly, we've had a wonderful time, but y'all know it's getting cold outside, so we can't really hang out like that. We having three-way calls at the crib, but can't really go outside right now. Snow on the ground, all that. We ain't making snow angels, not yet. Not at least until December. So y'all, in the meantime, in between time, thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.